This is the fourth video of the CSS course. If you haven't gone through those 3 videos, I recommend you to go through it. Now in this video, we will going to discuss about the links, styling the links. Well, links are the main part in the loading the website or the showing a different website on ours. This plays a major role. To give a styling to these links, we use a link and a visited, a active, and a hover, and many more. Means whenever user clicks that website, that link will get its color. If he already visited that link, it will give with a different color. If you go with a Wikipedia, and if you haven't clicked anything, it will just show it in a light blue. If I already clicked that, it will show with a dark blue. And if I click a active, if the link is active, it will show that link with a brighter color, or it will show it with less opacity. And when I am using the hover, if any of the cursor will move through that link, it will get its color. And next we will go with the mouse cursor styling. As you can give that styling to that mouse cursor, which is with the arrow mark, and if it moves with any of the element which we have given the cursor style, it will changes its cursor style. This style helps to make the styling of the cursor into crosshair, pointer, text, not allowed, auto, loading. And when this cursor move into a specific text or the specific element which we have created in the CSS, it will give that cursor style. For that, we use the property of cursor with the values. The values include default, crosshair, pointer, auto, help, text, not allowed. And when we use cursor equal to default, it will just use that arrow mark. If I am using the crosshair, it will just make a pointer or a shot on it. And when I am using the pointer, it will use that hand and the palm. And when I am using the auto, it will use that I or the Roman one. And help, question mark, text, it will use that old Latin clocks. And at last we have not allowed. Well, now I am going to discuss about the styling the links, the ahref links. Well, to style any of the ahref links, we must have to create a ahref link with some of the text here. When you just create it and open it in a default browser, as you can have a look at here, the text is created with the underline. This is how the link look like, and here the link is getting the dark blue color. And you can change the color of this link using this styling. Well, I will call that selector, and I will just change the color. I call that A, and I am changing the color from dark blue to the purple. As you can have a look at here, I am changing the color from dark blue to the purple. Here it is a dark blue. If I just reload the page, it is getting the purple color. This is how we change the color of the links. And if anyone already visited that site, it will also show that. Just like I already clicked that link for many of the times. Here, as you can have a look at here, I have clicked this many of the times. If I use in the VS Code visited, if I use visited, means it is showing that if the user already visited that link for many of the times, it has to get the color purple, or I will change the color equal to red. As you can have a look at here, if the style is saying to the browser that if the user had already clicked that link for many of the times, it has to change its color to the red. Because I have clicked this link for many times, if I just reload the link, as you can have a look at here, it is getting the red color. This is how a visited is or work, means a visited will work. If you already clicked that link will changes its color if you revisit that link. This is how a visited work. And next we have the a hover. If I use a hover, if you just move your cursor onto that text, it will get the red color, because I have mentioned a hover equal to color red. And if I just move my cursor onto that text, it will get the red color. As you can have a look at here, I will just reload the site, and as you can have a look at here, the text or the link is getting the blue color with underline. And if I just move my cursor onto the text, it will changes its color from dark blue to the red. This is how we use a hover. And at last we have the a active. A active, whenever I use a active and the user clicks that, it will show, if it is get activated, it will show that color. Here I use color equal to red, and I will save it, and in the browser I will reload the site. As you can have a look at here, if I just click that link, it will getting the color of red. As you can have a look at here, it is getting the color of red. This is how we use a active, and this is all about styling the links. Now we will go with the styling the mouse cursor. Well, we have a lot of types for mouse cursor. We will look for someone, and I will call the same a link, and you have to observe keenly that how the cursor is changing. Well, to give any of the styling to the cursor, we have to call the property of cursor, and we have to give the value. We have a lot of values. We start with the default. When I use the default, the arrow like cursor will appear. As you can have a look at here, arrow like cursor is appearing. And instead, if I use crosshair, instead default, if I use the crosshair, you're going to get a crosshair. As you can look at here, you are getting a plus mark when I move the cursor onto the text. This is how we use the cursor crosshair. If I use a pointer, it will just show me that palm. Yes, it will show me my palm. I will just use the pointer. When I use the pointer, it will show me the palm. I just reload the thing. When I move my cursor onto the text, it is showing me palm. As you can have a look at your screen, it is showing me the palm. And at last we have last four: auto, help, text not allowed. I will show you all of them. Here I use auto. When I use auto, the I mark will be shown here. As you can have a look at here, the I mark is shown, which is nothing but editable text. It is showing that this text is editable. And this is about the auto. And we have help. Instead auto, if I use help in the cursor and I just reload the site, as you can have a look at here, whenever I move my cursor onto that link, it is showing me that question mark, which is nothing but help. Well, have a keen observe at the cursor, it is showing me that question mark. This is how we use help. At last we have the text. When I use the text, as you can have a look at here, it is showing me that editable text mark, as I have discussed in the auto. And here, after the these all things, we have not allowed. When I use not allowed, it will just show me that cross red mark. I just reload the site. As you can have a look at here, it is showing me that cross red mark. As you can have a look at here, this is how we use the styling to the mouse cursor. This is all about mouse cursor. Now we come up with the display property. Display property is the main thing through which you can hide or you can show anything in the format of a flex or inline and many things. This is the main thing. We will discuss how it is used in the projects. First of all, we will discuss about what is the display property. It will specify how the display behavior of element should be, whether it must be inline or block or none or inline flex or inline block. When I am using the display property and values as inline, if you have created a list and list is a child for the element which we have created, like we have the ordered list OL and we are creating the list. Here OL is a parent and list is a child, and we have list which are of images, and means first list has a different image and second list has a different image and everything has different images, and we want to display them not in a vertical but in a horizontal manner. We use the inline. When I use display equal to inline, it will just show those all images in inline format, in a line format. When I am using the block, it will show it in a block manner, in a whole set in a block manner. When I am using inline flex, it is showing in an inline manner only. If that element ends up with width equal to 100%, it will just take a break and start a new line beneath that list. This is all about display property. We will discuss with the clarity in VS Code. Next we have a visibility property. When we are using display equal to hidden, it will not display anything and it will not allocate any space for it. But at the same thing, when we use visibility equal to hidden, it will not show that element, but it will allocate some of the space to it. Well, visibility property includes hidden and none. If you use hidden, it will not show, and if you use none, it will just leave it. And visibility property specify whether or not an element is visible or not. Well, we are going to discuss about the display and the visibility property in VS Code in the next video. Till there, do subscribe our channel. Thank you.